Hey church, my name is Dante and I am the high school pastor out at the San Marcos Escondido campus, and I am so excited to get to bring to you today's Daily Dose. You know, there's this phrase, it's WWJD. What would Jesus do? And it's been a popular phrase in Christian circles for a long time, and even in the 90s it got really popular because these kids started wearing these wristbands that simply just said WWJD. And in concept, it's great because before you say anything, before you do anything, just pause and ask yourself, what would Jesus do in this situation? And yet, have you ever actually tried that? Like, it is way more difficult to do that. It's a cool idea to think about, and yet sometimes you wake up and you're like, oh, I want to be loving and I want to be caring and I want to be kind like Jesus. And you get to the end of your day and you're going, I don't know if I've actually done that. So how do we do that? Is there some clarity in the Bible on even what that looks like? And good for us, God actually tells us in his word. In Galatians 5, he tells us what it looks like for us to embody Jesus, to be like Jesus, to have the Spirit of Jesus. And here's what it says. Galatians 5, verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law. Which is awesome. And if you're anything like me, you're going, yes, I've got my to-do list for the day. I'm going to be loving. I'm going to be joyful. I'm going to be peaceful, patient, all these things. And yet it's the same problem that we fall into when we go, what would Jesus do? You have this list of seemingly impossible things, and time again, you probably, if you're anything like me, you fail at it. So can we do this? Can we be like Jesus? The answer is yes, but it's not by us trying really hard, but rather, this whole Christianity thing, it's a relationship. And there's a part of it where Jesus acts on our behalf, and there's this beautiful back and forth where he does this, and I walk with him, and I'm in step with him, which is what the rest of the passage says. Galatians 5, verse 25 says this, since we live by the Spirit, let us keep in step with the Spirit. If you and I want to be like Jesus, if we want to have his Spirit in us, we need to lean into him and walk with him. I have a 1.5-year-old son. His name's Bodie. And my wife and I, we take him to the zoo every once in a while, and he loves the zoo. He just loves animals. That is like his thing right now. And so we get to the zoo, and he gets all excited, and we get out, and we put him in his little stroller with his other brother, and we're walking inside the entrance, and we tell him, like, are you excited to be here? And he goes, yes. We go, do you want to see the animals? And he goes, yes. And we say, what animals do you want to see? Do you want to see the tigers? Do you want to see the lions? Do you want to see the gorillas? Like, what sounds do those animals make? And he gets all excited, and he'll kind of reference, like, yeah, like, do you want to see the lions? He goes, yes, yes, yes. And so we go and we walk to the lions. And he can walk himself, he can run around, and yet what I've realized is as much as he can walk around and do these things on his own, when he does it on his own, he definitely cannot get to the lion exhibit on his own. He's got to stay with me. He's got to walk beside me, or even just be carried by me, or sit in his stroller. He's got to stay close to me. And the same thing goes with being like Jesus. If we want to be like Jesus, we need to stay close to Jesus, which means we need to consistently be in prayer and communication with him. It means we need to be in this book and know and understand and love his word. It means we need to surround ourselves with the fellowship and community of other believers, because he has not called us to just accomplish the impossible. He has not called us to change our own lives from the inside out, but rather to let him do that, to remain, to keep in step with him. And when we do that by his Spirit and his power, he is going to change us into the people that he wants us to be. He's going to take us where we need to go, and we are going to ultimately be like Jesus. Hopefully that challenges you. Hopefully that encourages you, and we will see you next time.
Thanks for joining us for this Daily Dose. We would love to be able to hear other topics you would like us to cover. Put them in the comments below. And remember, like and subscribe.